Django migration strategy for renaming a model and relationship fields. I'm planning to rename several models in an existing Django project where there are many other models that have foreign key relationships to the models I would like to rename. I'm fairly certain this will require multiple migrations, but I'm not sure of the exact procedure. Let's say I start out with the following models within a Django app called My App. I want to rename the foo model because the name doesn't really make sense and is causing confusion in the code, and bar would make for a much clearer name. From what I have read in the Django development documentation, I'm assuming the following migration strategy. Step 1. Modify models.py. Note the another model field name for foo doesn't change, but the relation is updated to the bar model. My reasoning is that I shouldn't change too much at once and that if I changed this field name to bar I would risk losing the data in that column. Step 2. Create an empty migration. Step 3. Edit the migration class in the migration file created in Step 2 to add the rename model operation to the operations list. Step 4. Apply the migration. Step 5. Edit the related field names in models.py. Step 6. Create another empty migration. Step 7. Edit the migration class in the migration file created in Step 6 to add the rename field operations for any related field names to the operations list. Step 8. Apply the second migration. Aside from updating the rest of the code, views, forms, etc., to reflect the new variable names, is this basically how the new migration functionality would work? Also, this seems like a lot of steps. Can the migration operations be condensed in some way? Thanks.
So when I tried this, it seems you can condense step 3 to 7. You may get some errors if you don't update the names where it's imported, for example admin.py and even older migration files. Update, as Cesaro mentions, newer versions of Django are usually able to detect and ask if a model is renamed. So try manage.py make migrations first and then check the migration file.
At first, I thought that Fiverr's method worked for me because the migration worked well until step 4. However, the implicit changes foreign key field foo into foreign key field bar was not related in any migrations. This is why migration failed when I wanted to rename relationship fields, step 5 to 8. This might be due to the fact that my another model and yetnother model are dispatched in other apps in my case. So I managed to rename my models and relationship fields doing following below steps. I adapted the method from this and particularly the trick of a transfer. So like Fiverr, let's say we have in my app. And in myotherapy. Step 1. Transform every one tune field foo or foreign key field foo into integer field. This will keep the id of related foo object as value of the integer field. Then, Step 2, like Step 2 to 4 from Fiverr. Change the model name. Create an empty migration. Then edit it like. Eventually. Step 3. Transform back your integer field into their previous foreign key field or one tune field but with the new bar model. The previous integer field was storing the id, so Django understand that and reestablish the connection, which is cool. Then do. Very importantly, at this step you have to modify every new migrations and add the dependency on the rename model foo, bar migrations. So if both another model and yet another model are in myotherapy, the created migration in myotherapy must look like this. Then, Step 4. Eventually you can rename your fields. And then do automatic renaming. Django should ask you if you actually renamed the model name. Say yes. And that's it. This works on Django 1.8.
In the current version of Django, you can rename the model and run python manage.py-make-migrations. Django will then ask if you want to rename the model, and if you select yes, then all renaming process will be done automatically.
I needed to do the same thing in follow. I changed the model all at once, steps 1 and 5 together from Fiverr's answer. Then created a schema migration but edited it to be this. This worked perfectly. All my existing data showed up, all the other tables referenced bar fine. From here, this URL.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.